defending every socialist belief he had tried to make her renounce. The seconds were purposeful and concentrated, like the barrel of my gun as it shifted centimeter by centimeter, following my target's passage through the crowd, waiting for the best opening, for the proper time. At last, it arrived, and I fired. 3 shots, each more accurate than the last, flowing from my gun as effortlessly as air from my lungs. 1 struck his coat, 1 his chest, 1 his neck. I was deaf to the screams of the crowd, immune to everything but the bright crimson pouring from the wounds and staining the pavement. Another sound pierced through the uproar, that of the door to my hideout banging open. I whirled while someone entered, someone familiar, someone aiming a revolver at my head. It was the only thought I formulated before the crack split the air and the bullet struck. I had no time to return fire before a strange, burning sensation spread across my scalp. Blood poured down my face and into my eyes, blinding me until my vision went white. Perhaps the bullet had lodged in my skull, perhaps not. Either way, there was no use fighting it. But as my knees gave way and my pistol slipped from my grasp, I sought the windowsill, the wall, anything to keep me on my feet a moment more. I wanted to listen to the screams below, to wipe the blood from my eyes and relish what I had caused. No one could steal this moment from me. Even my strongest desires were not enough to make my body comply. As I hit the floor, I lost all strength to rise. If the reason for this bullet was to prevent me from completing my task, it was too late. The screams of the crowd were proof. The bullet intended for me had not met its mark in time to stop me. If I were to die, it was for my cause, for the revolution, for Mother Russia. My blood surrounded me on this filthy attic floor, almost as filthy as the cell where I'd spent countless nights in the Siberian katorga, while I focused on the clamor drifting through the open window. The slick heat seeping from my scalp took all my energy with it. Still, I strained my ears, waiting for someone to proclaim the news of the man's death. But his followers idolized him too much to pronounce him dead as he was lying in the middle of the street. No, they would whisk him away to the Kremlin to fuss over fatal injuries. They would announce his assassination amid fanfare and mourning, as though his loss were some great tragedy. Though my bullets always found their intended target, I needed to hear the words. The shouts and cries below grew more distant. I struggled to listen while the stenches of blood and sweat mingled with gun smoke. Tell me I killed him. Footsteps indicated my shooter was coming closer, followed by an unmistakable click, cocking the revolver. While I braced myself for the next bullet, something intense struck me. As white-hot as the whiteness blinding my vision, yet a different form of agony, one tinged with regret. I would not live to hear the confirmation I sought. Vladimir Lenin is dead. Svetlana, March through November, 1917. Chapter 2. Siberia, Nerchinsk Katorga, the 6th of March, 1917. Svetlana Vasilyevna Petrova, socialist revolutionary incarcerated for terrorism against the imperial government, the provisional government has granted you complete and immediate amnesty. The guard's announcement echoed around my dingy Maltsevskaya prison cell, while the door swung open with a shriek, as if infuriated by the disturbance. Suddenly it was impossible to stand up from my small cot. Was the Tsar attempting to portray himself as a benevolent, merciful ruler by creating a new governmental body, a provisional government, to extend amnesty toward political prisoners? Did he expect such a gesture to settle the rumored unrest sweeping the capital and Petrograd? But if my life...